Hi guys, this is my first live that I'm doing on YouTube. I thought it might be quite a good way of spontaneously reacting to some of the things that, or the comments I got on the various vlogs that I've done. Excuse the sirens going on out there. So one of the questions that I was asked, by the way, thank you to all my new subscribers and everyone who's watched in the last few days. You know my aim on this channel, it's mega, make astrology great again. So one of the questions I was asked is, why do I talk so glowingly about the square? Because one of the first things you learn when you start studying astrology is that the positive aspects are the trine and the sextile. They're all about the harmonious flow of energy. They're creative, they're productive. And then you're told that the squares, and particularly the oppositions, are the problematic ones. You know, they're all about hurdles, obstacles, challenges. And yet, as soon as you start working as an astrologer and you start looking at real people's charts and the transits going on, and you find it's very, very different. It's the square aspects that create all the momentum. They're ones in which there's the potential. And if you watch my blog, How to Marry a Billionaire, which is really a way of just looking at the charts of billionaires and seeing the kind of aspects that are common to them, you will see that the square aspect predominates, particularly between the outer planets. It comes up time and time again. Less so the opposition, which I agree, that can be a little bit more of a problem. But the square is great. So just imagine you've got rocks of gold with veins of rocks with veins of gold running through them. How do you extract that gold? It's really hard. It's a lot of drilling, crushing, smelting, melting. It's a long process, and yet there's potential within them. So that's why I say these squares give rise to a lot of, aggravation, but they also are where the energy is for great personal involvement and achievement. So I've got a little example which demonstrates this. When I was at school, my best subjects were mainly maths and science. I could almost take a maths exam for fun. It was totally easy for me. It was a piece of cake. And yet the one thing I totally struggled with was creative writing. And when I knew I had to write a short story, or going through that exam where you had to come up in sort of 20 minutes with a short story or 2 hours, it was very stressful to me. I didn't like it at all. It really wasn't my zone. And then in my final matric year, my English teacher recognized that I had quite a talent with writing, and she said I was just going about it the wrong way. So she gave me some tips. And now, at this stage of my life, the bulk of what I do is writing. And I've actually written 3 novels and a play, and I've won a literary award. So from something that I really struggled with, which you could see as a square, came something that is one of my greatest assets, my greatest talents, and all those sort of things that came easy to me. I'm not really using those today. I have a friend at school who had a very similar experience. Her name was Carolyn, and she was just like me with the creative writing. She was like it with chemistry. She just didn't get it. It wasn't working for her. She couldn't wait to drop it. And during her final exam, chemistry exam, suddenly she said to me, it all just clicked. Everything fell into place. So much so that she went out, rang the university, changed her degree to chemistry, and today she's a chemist. So therefore, it's hip to be square. It's hip to have lots of square aspects in your chart, and always look to those to see parts of your life that are really going to expand and grow. It reminds me of, this whole positive thinking thing. You see there, when you've got a battery, right, you've got a positive side and a negative side. We were just talking about chemistry. The chemistry of a battery is that the positive ions have to flow to the negative node. So once you've got positive and negative, you've got a flow of energy, a circuit of energy. And it's the same thing with positive thinking. You can't always force yourself to be positive and to focus on everything that's kind of light and good and whatever, because you need the negative as well. So you really need to experience a full range of emotions. I think that's someone on my chat. You need to experience a full range of emotions, the good and the bad. Because if you allow yourself in kind of a safe and non-destructive way to experience all these emotions of maybe anger, jealousy, greed, lust, resentment, allow yourself to experience those. Because if you just go there, you find like a piece of elastic, you stretch and stretch and stretch, and then it bounces back to its original shape. So you really get a positivity surge if you go to the dark side. So my message with this blog is, hey babe, take a walk on the dark side. Thanks guys.